conditions. Now here's Mack. Out wide right, it's Hill. They've got him corralled.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did their throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
Just like we expected, this home crowd getting involved right from the start. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop them. A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The run inside. It's Riley. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Right back to the well. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And you try to sneak this in here, right? 3rd down, kind of manageable situation, not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw and their defense said, no, sir, I'm ready for that. Stuffs them on the 3rd down.
Hunt is on its way. Making his first move. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. Scanning the field. It's Mateer. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Gets the back moving. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Just gets rid of that one.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
The Sooners will call on their punt team. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Tide ready to roll on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll give it to him again. Can't get him to the ground. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Long way to go on second down. Running inside, it's Hill. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. Now here's Mack. Unloads to the wideout. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown tie. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, it's Blaylock. Enough to move the chains. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But
it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He'll take the deep shot. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
And not surprised at all, man. You force the turnover, great field position, and you get aggressive. You try to throw the football on the first play. This is that little fringe area, man. That 30 to 50-yard line, you got a lot of space to still throw. You get your receivers open and try to make plays in the passing game.
Second and long here. Throwing, Mack. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Now here's Mack. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the grab at the 10. And they'll stop him right there on the return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Oh, pressure's coming. Ball is loose. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Turns it upfield. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
The Sooners will snap it on first and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Under pressure, and down he goes.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson. The draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Gonna let it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Looks it in. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Here comes that Alabama offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
They'll go play action with Mack. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking for room, it's Hill. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Really nice play call there on second and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a third and manageable situation.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. They give it back to him. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's first and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. From the red zone, it's Riley. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
They'll go play action with Mack. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Mack. Rush right in his face. Setting up the screen. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on fourth down and 3. getting up against the play clock and they don't want the penalty, they'll take the timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Field goal is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. He's got it down the middle. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rule will get us up to date on his condition. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Got there right as the ball did, jarred it loose, it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. Pulls it in at the 25. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Austin Mack. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mack. Hauls it in. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
And man, this is not the plan that they drew up defensively. Like trying to get stops, trying to get them off the field. They finally get them to a 3rd down situation, and they still can't execute. So slow start for this defense. They better find some answers because they've already dug themselves a hole.
They'll go play action with Mack. Throws to the wideout. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Quick give. It's Blaylock. Turning it on. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen, and a guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Sets his feet. It's Mateer. It's complete to the right. On the stop.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Hits inside. It's Blaylock. All over him immediately. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Complete in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. And the Sooners will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Gonna field this one in tight quarters. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. They will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Alabama pushing the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Throwing Mack. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Now here's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the third possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And wings it incomplete. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
The Sooners line up to punt it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The handoff. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. We're just about ready to start the second half. Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for the edge. He'll toss it. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. To the air, it's Mateer. He's got it. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Across the 25, he's got room. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Out wide left, it's Harris. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Here we go, ready. 1, check. 28, 29 bounce. 28, 29 bounce.
The run inside. It's Blaylock. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Sooners will hustle to the line. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. The corners are walked up tight. Quarterback keeper. Might have a chance. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. The AT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Long way to go on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Now here's Mack, looking to the big tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And I absolutely love that play call, man. You've got good field position right now. Take advantage of it. They're aggressive on the first play. Make a big play. This offense now set up in perfect position to get some points to capitalize on their great field position.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. They send the tight end in motion. Keeps it on the option. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal.
Ready, ready. Good. Go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal.
Ready. Over. Go.
Here's Xavier Robinson. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And so how physical are you willing to be offensively at this point on 3rd down coming up? Do you want to keep trying to run the football? I mean, you're right there at the goal line. How do you want to do it, though? You want to spread him out, maybe go zone read in the middle, give your quarterback the option to keep it? Or do you want to bring the big fellas in, go jumbo formation, and just try to impose your will?
That defensive front was a stone wall on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1.
Here we go. Ready. Good. 18. Ready, go.
Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Left side is Blaylock. Touchdown Sooners! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside, it's Riley. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Mack swings it out to the flat. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Right at the line.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the 1st down, new set of downs, let's go.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. halfway there on first down. It's 2nd and 5. The give. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Now here's Mack. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. He's going to run it on his feet at the 40. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
How about that critical moment in the 4th quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the 4th quarter by this quarterback.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Finds his tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
2nd down to the air. Look out! Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw. Out wide left, it's Blaylock. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Tide ready to roll on offense. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Second and long here. Austin Mack throwing right. Dangerous throw on that one.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. Now here's Mack. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws for the tight end. And it's picked off for the third time today. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Gonna throw deep on the first play. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He'll try to take it back. Defense comes up with a play. They get the pick and take it back to the 20.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponents got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
They'll send the back in motion. Throwing, Mack. Looking to the big tight end. Right side, it's Edwards. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And everything's going to have to be downfield. That's a nice start to this drive, but they're going to need to score, get the ball back quickly, and score again.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got him downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
He's got an open man. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Alabama quickly back to the line. On the RPO, got him. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Makes the grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And in that goal line situation, awesome job by the tight end, winning his one-on-one battle, making an easy target for his QB.
First part of the equation complete with the touchdown. Now the two-point try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. He gets it in for the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Sweet cut there. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Ready? Right 38. Right 38. Check. 19 fireball. 19 fireball. Go.
Looking to pass. It's Mateer. They're all over him. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. He'll keep it on 2nd down. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. To throw, it's Mateer. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
The Sooners send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good. especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's taking a deep shot. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Mack from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. At the 20, he's got space. He's out of bounds. Picks up the first down. 11 seconds remain.
Well, that is a Herculean effort. He caught the ball in the middle of the field and somehow was able to use his speed and his vision and awareness and still get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Again, it's Mack. Unloads to the right. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Austin Mack. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Again, it's Mack. He wants a big play here late. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Got some room to run. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.